Alrighty, so just a couple of days ago, we finally got to see Obi-Wan Kenobi Episode 5, and I pointed this out several times that, in my point of view, it was easily the best episode out of the entire Kenobi series without a doubt. It was vastly superior to Episode 4 and 3, in my opinion. It really was quite something else because it borrowed a lot of elements from the prequel trilogy and threw it into that actual episode, but it still had a lot of elements of bad writing here and there. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars updates. Also, by the way, guys, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support. It is greatly appreciated. Now, one thing that a lot of fans have been very intrigued about has a lot to do with Hayden Christensen and exactly what he's been up to with all of the new Star Wars universe projects and exactly what's been going on behind the scenes. Now, we do know that Hayden and both Ewan as well, they have multi-show contract deals, meaning that they're going to have involvements in multiple Star Wars TV shows out there. It doesn't matter if it's Obi-Wan Kenobi spin-offs or other shows out there like the Ahsoka series, but he is going to be involved in multiple projects that are going to be in both live action form as well as animated form. So we already know that Lucasfilm wants to make sure that Hayden Christensen really is going to be pretty much one of the new main focuses of the Star Wars universe. I always like to compare Hayden's, appearance in the Kenobi series almost like the equivalent of Tobey Maguire coming back into Spider-Man No Way Home. It was really on that level. So, moving past all of this, alright, we already know that everything related to both Ewan and Hayden have been really a little bit more vocal about the new Star Wars projects moving forward, talking about their excitement for the future and exactly what's been going on. However, recently Hayden opened up a little bit more about what's actually happening with, of course, Lucasfilm. Now, with Hayden Christensen now teasing of what's to come in Kenobi Episode 6 that will debut this Wednesday, fans are very excited about his future in Star Wars as a universe. Now, it's described that recently Hayden got involved in an interview where he was able to provide some exciting details and news about his involvement in the future of the franchise moving ahead. Hayden went on to state the following: "I had the time of my life working on this series with Ewan, and I cannot wait to experience more memories with him on things that we are working on for other projects that I really can't get into right now, but what I can tell the Star Wars community is that this is not the last time that you will see Vader and Anakin. I am currently working on a very special project that is going to truly pay tribute to those two characters in ways that nobody can imagine. We will be announcing official details on exactly what that means at some point after this year, and it's just really going to be a blast to get back into action again with this franchise that really changed my life all those years ago. I have been speaking with creators like John and Dave as well as Peyton Reed, and what they have in store is, well, all I can tell the fans out there is expect the unexpected. You are going to be thrilled with what we have coming for all of you. I promise it's going to be something that will take your breath away. I also want to make it clear to fans around the globe, we are going to be diving into different angles of both Anakin and Vader that is really going to come straight from the comics and the books. I have to be honest, I have not read those yet, but I plan to in order to become more knowledgeable about those characters and what they went through throughout the entire galaxy. I am so eager to just tell everybody of what Lucasfilm has planned for Vader and Anakin, and what I am going to be doing with new installments." So let me just stop right here before we move on to the more exciting stuff, is that Hayden has been a lot more vocal lately about, what's going on with his experience on the sets of Obi-Wan and getting involved in, pretty much, reading up and studying the Star Wars universe and just learning more about the lore. After all, Hayden, this really made his acting career, which unfortunately, didn't really go anywhere after a while, and it's just so nice to see that he's getting a chance at redemption as an actor, getting the chance to really kind of just throw himself back into the film industry and getting back on board into the Star Wars universe. Now, I will say, with all the press that they did, with all of the interviews that they did, it did make it seem like Hayden was a lot more involved than what he was in the Kenobi series. I will agree on that. But what we got in Episode 5, I think, was a beautiful tribute to not just Hayden, but also to the character of Anakin. Did it have some flaws? Yes, because the de-aging wasn't really on point in some shots, but it was just, regardless, such a heartwarming moment to have both Kenobi and Anakin training and in that sparring session, and just really doing what we were asking for so many years, to actually have them back in action like that. Moving on. So he goes on to state the following. I wish I could say more than what I am saying now, but I really can't get into details. Speaking with John and Dave along with Deborah Chow and Peyton has been the best couple weeks of my life this month. They really are brewing something special that is going to take many stories straight from Legends. Separate from what Hayden said, this is all alluding to Darth Vader appearing in both the Ahsoka Tano series and Andor Season 2, as well as Anakin Skywalker's Force Ghost appearing in the Ahsoka series along with Clone Wars flashbacks in live-action form. Now, that is just the tip of the iceberg. There is also another live-action mystery project in the works that will involve Hayden Christensen again as Anakin in a very big way for fans to enjoy. Now, Hayden is currently signed on for 4 new Star Wars TV shows already that will be officially announced on Disney Plus Day that takes place this September, and a big tease will also take place at D23 for the new Star Wars TV shows that will involve both Hayden and Ewan McGregor as well. That is going to be key. Now, let me just stop right here for a second. Now, we already know that Hayden is going to be filming a lot of his scenes as Anakin Skywalker this July for the Ahsoka Tano series. He's already rehearsing for those big moments in the Ahsoka show in order to really get the ball rolling. So, Hayden's a very busy guy right now. I mean, he's got the Ahsoka show, he's got Andor Season 2 that he's going to be working on. You know, he's not going to be appearing in the first season, unfortunately, that debuts this August. But he is going to be involved in all of these different projects, and he just really teased and announced a lot of what's really going on and how Anakin is going to be extended in the Star Wars universe. And one thing that I have to point out that's very important is that we already know that both Ewan and Hayden, alright, have multi-show contract deals, and we talked about this, and how LUCASFILM is also preparing Obi-Wan Kenobi spin-off shows. And a lot of that is going to be taking place in between either, of course, the Kenobi series and A New Hope, or in between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope. You know, different time periods. You know, either earlier or later in that time span, or in that era, if you will. So that's the overall game right now. That's the overall end game, is that they want to create 2 big universes. They got the Mandoverse, and now they're kind of creating this Kenobi-verse, if you will, so to speak. So, I think that Hayden, it's really nice to see of what he actually had to say here. You know, he was unveiling more about his experience working on the set, where he was going up against Ewan McGregor in that sparring session, and how it took them 2 whole days to rehearse that, and how it really was like riding a bike again, you know? It was just like them coming back on board, training for Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith. It just brought them back to those memories. So overall, you know, I think that there's a lot of great things coming our way for these new Star Wars shows, and Hayden just seems so passionate about it all. So overall, I would like to hear what you all have to say about this below in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon, we hear them moans again.